Thank you so much for tuning in today. I have Kate with me. Kate is going to be interviewing me today on how to host the perfect client party. This week, coming on Friday, is going to be our 5th annual client appreciation event at Paradocx Vineyard. We're going to talk today about some of the failures we've had, some of the lessons we learned, and what it takes to really host a good client party. So Kate was with me on my first client party, I think, what was that, 6-7 years ago?
Just about like 2019, I think it was.
Okay.
2018, 2019, one of them.
So, I mean,
come a long way.
We've came a long way. I mean, I think that party, we had maybe 10 guests, 20 guests.
It wasn't a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, we've got over 20 realtors that just work for us coming to this event. So, and all of their clients. I like to think that I don't get like excited
Carried
and that
away.
like carried away feeling, but like I'm still probably going to be harassing everyone for the next 3 days.
Oh no, like the week of client parties is madness around
that's where
here.
We're at.
Like it just gets to a point where Brian's like, okay, I'm slide broadcasting every single person in our CRM. Like, I don't know if we should be doing that, but why not?
I was on the phone with Sabri this morning. He's like, so like my clients are getting that voicemail too? Or like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you think?
Like, should I? Because I will. Yeah. But so what made you want to take the jump into hosting these client parties? Did a mentor say something to you about it, or? Well,
I did the Brian Buffini program, and when I first hosted it, we worked at the same office as Earl Endrich, and he was hosting them. I hate to say, but it was like copy and paste. Like he was doing it at Paradocx. We were like, oh, let's go to Paradocx.
Oh, was he doing it at Paradocx?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So it was literally copy and paste. And I had a hard time when I got in the business calling all my friends and family. And I just felt like I was almost begging for money when I would call them.
Right.
Hey, like, just so you know, like, I'm a real estate agent, like, hint, like, who do you know? What's going on, It
just gets kind of awkward,
Right, and the people you have really good relationships with, they don't really care, but the people that, it's a little bit distant, I think that's a great way to move someone down the path. So, I'm calling all this week for moving someone who is maybe a C on my database, and maybe that is a way to move them to a B, just further that relationship along. It's about calling and inviting people to the party.
Yeah, and it's also such like a disarming phone call where like even if you haven't talked to clients in a really long time, like you aren't asking anything of them. It's just like, hey, we're having a party, would love to see you, catch up, if you want to stop by, feel free.
Yeah.
I feel like you can do that with clients maybe, that we've dropped the ball on touching base with, and it's just, it's a pretty easy conversation to have.
And it's great, like, if you haven't talked to them in 2 years.
Right.
Hey, look, I know we haven't been in touch in a while, but
we're having a party.
We're having a party. I'd love for you to come.
Yeah.
And it was easy for me to make that phone call. So as we've gotten bigger, I've kind of just been trying to make ways for you guys to, like, copy and paste my system.
Exactly.
So, that's one of the things we offer here is that I pay for this whole party, I pay for everything. And all the agents at our company are able to call, invite their clients, and they don't have to worry about making that uncomfortable phone call.
Right, exactly. Or any of the startup costs to doing it. If you're a new agent and you only have 5 to 10 clients, I could see a lot of people being like, oh, I don't want to have a party with just those 5 to 10 people, like how we had to start out. Like, there's none of that, you know, which is awesome. So how do we prepare for the client parties just to make sure everything runs smoothly and whatnot? Is there any key
well, you'll
steps?
show up day of. Everything will already be made for you. They'll have balloons. I'm just kidding.
I mean, more or less. Not how it used to be, but
that's how it is for me now. But it never was like that. Preparing for the party. So I think one of the things we learned, like party number 3, I was like, all right, guys, we take the same 20 steps every time. Inviting people. We're going to need food.
Yeah.
How are we going to deliver the invites? So you have to have that system honed in, down, dialed in, and then you can take a step back and look at that and say, all right, what part of this list can I delegate to somebody else?
There you go. Okay.
So I've been able to get that whole list over to Kelly.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but now Kelly's delegating that stuff off to other people. So.
And really, I think like anything else, the more you do it, the more remember the parties, we used to have anxiety attacks all week. Now I feel like the anxiety has kind of gone down and the excitement has grown because we know what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
So the more you do it, the more comfortable you are with it.
All right, so you were saying, how do I prepare for the party?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just to go through what that system looks like, I don't know, like, do you want me to talk about how we invite people? Do you want me to talk about...
that was my next question. Like, I was going to be like, you know, in regards to invites, you said like mailing invites. Do you think that there's a benefit of mailing invites versus just sending out emails or just phone calling? Like,
So 3 years ago, I hosted my client party, and it cost me like $12,000.
right.
And I had to look back and say, look, guys, even if I walk away with 4 listings, I can't break even on the party.
Right.
Like, you know, I mean, that's a little much, but
I get what you're saying.
yeah, like, so we had to figure something out. And I think last year, and I would say this year, our client party's probably going to cost $3,500. So
Oh, really?
maybe $4,000.
Oh my gosh, that's not bad at all.
Because you don't need a DJ. You don't need like all this
The
crazy
cigar
stuff.
rollers that we had.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need
You
that.
don't need any of that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're down to now. We do it at a winery, so
Yeah.
the wine's very cheap, and we buy it by the bottle. So she'll open a bottle of wine. There's 4 or 5 glasses out of that. She's pouring, and then and that's $7.
And there's only like a select few of people. Like, we're having this from Friday happy hour time frame, right? 5 to 8. People aren't getting, you know, they aren't drinking all of that much, right?
Yeah.
I think when we first were planning, we were like, oh my gosh, like everyone's going to be drinking so much. There's going to be so much like cost involved. There's really not.
No, I mean, it can get away from you, because think about if you're inviting 500 people, okay? I had to pay to make all those invites. It cost me $250.
Yeah.
500 printed, nice invites.
Yeah.
Then you got to pay someone to sit there and handwrite 500.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you got to pay for a
The
stamp.
postage.
A stamp, 65 cents. Then you got to pay for the envelope,
Yeah.
which is about 10 cents if you're lucky.
Right.
Which doesn't seem like a lot, but
It
every
adds
10
up.
is a buck, you
Yeah.
know, when you're doing 500. Well, now we're at the point where we're inviting 1,000 people. So we just said, we're not doing it. I'm not doing the handwritten. And that was a hard move for me, because I really liked that. It's more intimate, and it goes along with like our vibe of like being that boutique, like handshake.
Well,
very,
like, you know, when you go over to your friend's house and you look on their fridge and they have like the wedding save the dates, the invites,
Yeah.
like it was nice having one of our invites be one of them. What? Save the dots.
Okay.
Having like one of those, but I get your point. It's just too much. I mean, 1,000 people, if not, I mean, we're.
I was spending $1,000 on invitations.
Right.
It's, and you think the first year it's like, we'll send them one in the mail. It'll only.
Right.
I don't mind spending extra time to handwrite them.
Okay, but because if someone really wants to do that and invest in that, fine. But have you noticed a difference between the turnouts or no? Well, I guess this is the first year that we've completely set away with it, right? Last year we still sent some out.
2 years ago we didn't.
Okay.
We didn't do them, and I didn't have that great of a turnout. Last year we did them. I had a great turnout. It's hard to tell because it's the time of year.
Yeah.
You could get a bad week. One time we had it, and it was like the week before 4th of July, and everyone was going away.
Yeah.
One time we did it, and it was
rained.
like, it rained.
So people, yeah.
You know, and it's so hard to tell, like, do you do it on a Thursday? Do you do it on a Friday? So our playbook, we do it on a Friday. We're doing it this Friday, which is June 14th, 5 to 8 p.m. And as far as the invites go, we're going to be inviting people. We send an email. We've sent them 3 emails. I'm going to send them a text.
Through like drip.
MailChimp.
Yeah, exactly.
We send them a text. I'm going to send them a text Friday morning. And
what happened last year with the texts?
The text went out the day before and said, today's the day.
Yeah.
And here's the issue.
It was horrible.
I'll make a smart plan, and my smart plans are, so the way when you make a smart plan, it goes, day 1, this goes out.
Right.
Day 7, this goes out. Whatever.
Yeah.
So if I have a party on June 14th, obviously on June 1st, you can apply the smart plan and say day 7, this goes out. Day 14, this goes out. But for all the people that don't listen to me and apply the smart plan 3 days early or 3 days late, everything's messed up.
Yeah.
Like everyone has to apply it at the same time.
The same day at least.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would just recommend not doing the smart plan and doing the emails one at a time. So Friday morning, I'm going to have a text message, a ringless voicemail, and these are going to be, hey, if you didn't RSVP, don't worry about it. We love your business.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to bring a friend, bring a friend.
Yeah.
Because that's really what we want. The only reason I'm doing these parties is to get touches.
Absolutely. And how many touches do you think that you're getting out of the whole spam of
10.
Yeah, okay.
10. I mean, so if I get 3 emails sent to them, all offering value,
Right.
a text sent to them, a ringless voicemail sent to them, now we're at 5.
Yeah.
If I see them in person, we're at 6. And then we're sending an email after the party, either sorry we've missed you,
Yeah.
or thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.
Now, aside from that, we've made a client party Facebook group
page, yeah.
which to my surprise, everyone's joining. We've got like 250, 300 people in there. We're going on there sending updates, but the goal is that group of people, everywhere they look, it's Foraker Realty, Foraker Realty, Foraker Realty.
Yeah.
And it's not like Foraker Realty, do you know what your home's worth? Do you know what your home's worth?
Yeah.
Did someone die?
Yeah. Do you
Are
know
you thinking
anyone?
about having a baby? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, hey, if you're not doing anything Friday,
Right.
let us
Stop
take
by.
the burden. Stop by,
Yeah.
eat some food.
It's
have
fun.
some
It's family oriented. If you whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we went over invites. Who are you inviting? Who are you not inviting? I mean, I think that'll probably differ for a lot of people, but.
So the different types of client parties are going to dictate that. Like, we'll have an intimate party where it's, and am I using the right word? Like a more like close.
Yeah, intimate's the right word.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm using so we'll have like a close group of people.
Yeah.
Those parties.
Those are just like your A plus.
Yeah, but a
As.
lot of those are like my friends. And I'm like, hey,
Right.
what are you doing for like the Super Bowl? That kind of stuff.
Got it.
That's not answering your question. To answer your question, I invite everybody to this one.
Everybody.
Because there's
Okay,
a
wait,
lot of the
question.
costs are the same for everyone. Like,
Wait, so like even if they're just in our CRM as like a realtor.com lead, are they getting invited?
yeah, I
Oh,
just
wow.
invited 6,500 people this morning.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
I mean, I don't do the ones that say do not call.
Okay, good.
So, I mean, there's a little bit of, and there's levels to it, right? Like, those people are just getting mass emails.
This is what happens. Brian, like Monday, Tuesday, the week of the party, Brian will be like, I don't know, like how many people are coming. Like, I'm just going to invite everybody. Guarantee you Friday morning, he's like, I think we're going to have too many people. Like, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, no, that's awesome.
No, it is.
It's a touch, right? Like you said, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of them are. I had someone last year. He walks in. Are you Brian? I go, yeah. He goes, I have no idea who this person is. It was someone from one of the mass emails.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I'm ready to list. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, do you have the paperwork? I'd like to list my house.
No
I got
way.
your email. I figured I'd stop by, and I thought he thought like we'd have a table
was
with
like a
someone
table?
like listing homes or something like that.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
we listed the
call
house. We listed the house.
No way.
Yeah, it was one of the most difficult transactions I ever had. It's never that easy.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it'll get you one way or another.
Like the house burned down, the whole thing. So
Oh, it was that.
yeah.
Got it. Okay. So you invite everybody, depending on the type of client party.
Yeah, because there's a certain cost to rent the venue.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Which is probably one of the biggest costs that there is,
Yeah,
whether or
so
not
the
100
more
people
people
come
that
or not.
come-
Yeah.
the more people that come, the cheaper it is per
Right.
person, right? It doesn't cost me any more money. Now, the food, that's
Yeah.
also a fixed cost
Right.
because I used to buy food. If I got 100 RSVPs,
Mm-hmm.
I would buy food for 200 people. Anyone that ever plans a party would tell you that if you get 100 RSVPs, you should buy food for 60 people.
But like, I don't know. I'm the same way as you. Like, but just like, you never
I
know.
was going home with truck beds full
No,
of
I
sandwiches.
remember.
Like,
you were eating
I'm
like hoagie trays
what
for
are we
weeks.
doing? Like, I've got 300 hoagies here in the car. Like,
You just don't want people to ever like go home hungry, though. So I get it.
yeah, but
But
at the end of
to
the
a
day,
point.
like it's not like first of
That's
all,
not your
there's
job.
food served there.
Yes.
I can always get more food.
Yes.
So I would recommend you don't get food for everyone. If you
Agreed.
get whatever your RSVP list is,
Yeah.
I would feed half of them.
There you go. Okay.
So because a lot of people aren't going to show.
Right.
However, a lot of people at RSVP are going to bring someone or
Yeah.
But
But
whatever.
then other people that RSVP are just going to stop by for a drink or two and then go out and enjoy their own Friday night dinner somewhere.
Exactly.
You know, like
yeah. And then there's also going to be people that RSVP. So if the party starts at 5,
Mm-hmm.
well, what I've learned is between 5 and 6, a third, not even a
Yeah.
third of the people are going to show up.
Right.
So if the people are showing up to a party that started at 5 at 7:30,
right.
and there's no food,
Like
that's on you.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Entirely.
And I was buying enough chicken, and I'm like, I can't serve you chicken. It's been sitting out for 3 hours.
Okay, we're not getting into that.
So moral of that story
Yes.
is
don't go crazy.
you can go crazy on the alcohol.
There you go.
Because it doesn't really go bad.
Right. What about like decorations, props, things like that? I mean, that kind of goes into like my next question of like, okay, people, now you have the people there. How are you maximizing the like engagement with them there? Because okay, what happens if we do have 200 to 250 people show up? You can't possibly talk to all of them. Maybe you can say hi really quick, but
well, it's hard for me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like very hard for me because I have a really close relationship with every person that shows up.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of them I haven't seen in 6 months, and it's like,
you want to
oh
catch
my
up.
gosh. So you just got married. I would assume it's like you at your wedding.
Not really, because I had a super intimate wedding. But like, and even that was like 60 people, and I was gabbing all night. But you're really good at it, where I feel like you know your limit of like, okay, I don't know if you do this on purpose, but like just watching you at previous parties, I feel like you give like 5-10 minutes to a group or like a couple, and then you're moving on.
Right.
You have to.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So a couple things. One, I'll walk around. I'm just walking around the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm going up to groups. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for coming.
Right.
Did you get some food? Did you get some drinks?
Yeah.
And then I'll look at someone and be like, hey, I have to go.
Yeah.
It's good catching up with you guys. And then I got to go bounce around.
There you go.
I just
I
tell
gotta
them,
go bounce
mingle.
around
I
is
have
a
to
great,
Yeah.
kind of like out to get out of there.
Yeah. See, they don't get that. Like I'm friends with all of them.
Yeah.
Even the people who are my clients that I've met like off an ad or something, I became friends with them. So
Yeah.
they think like, oh, like Brian's working, but I'm really just going
Like
to go
hanging
see
out with
another
your
friend.
friends,
Like
yeah.
I'm just going to see another person that
Right.
I'm friends with. So
Well, and the great thing is too, again, for like the other clients, like I don't know if I mean, I've sold a good bit of houses now, but I don't know if I actually would ever feel comfortable having my own party. But it's so cool because when my clients do come to this party, they're like, oh my gosh, like Kate, like this is all you have going on. And it's like, no, actually, but it looks like it.
Yeah.
So it really takes the pressure off of like all the individual agents there that maybe only do have a couple of clients that show up.
it's great. I mean, we have people who've got 3 and 4 clients. All of them come. Could you imagine how awkward? That was my fear when I first started. And I would just invite all my friends. I'm like, you guys have to come.
No, like please be here.
Because the only thing worse than no one showing up is one person showing
Yes,
up.
exactly.
Which that just happened at our seller seminar.
Yeah. Okay, but anyways, back to like engagement with them. Is there any other like strategies that you have or like any tips to make sure that you're, engaging with everyone while we're at the party?
So we have someone greeting everyone at the door and signing them in. And once you sign in, you get entered to win a prize.
Okay.
But what we do is, one, they're automatically greeted and they feel acknowledged.
Right, absolutely.
Give them a name tag. But we're also updating our database.
Yes.
If they've got an email,
Yeah.
new email, like birthday, all that
Well, also,
jazz.
if they're bringing friends with them, those people are getting signed in, and now we're adding people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the first step. The next step is they're going to walk around and, do you want to talk right now about the videos and stuff? Or
Yeah,
no?
let's
Okay.
do it.
So the next thing we're going to do while we're there to like capitalize on that, make sure they're engaged, is we have a big backdrop, Foraker Realty, whatever, and then we have another prize. So if you take a picture, you get entered to win the prize.
Yeah.
So you have to post your picture on
And like tag us on
Facebook and
Instagram
tag
and
us.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you get entered to win the prize.
Yeah.
What does that do? Well, now that person's posting the picture, I'm hitting their entire sphere of influence with, hey, this is my realtor.
Right.
Not only that, but look at the awesome stuff he does.
Right.
So that's a major key. The next major key is we have our videographer going around with $10 gift cards.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to leave a video review for a $10 Wawa gift card?
Yeah.
Who's not going to do that?
And I think
We got like 30 reviews last time.
And like they're fun too. Like they don't need to be too serious. Like it's like, hey, this person's my agent. They helped me buy, my house in so and so year. It was so great working with them. Like that's really all that needs to be said.
Yeah.
Right?
And now we've got 30 video reviews?
Yeah.
So if you land on our website, you're looking at 30 different people.
Yeah.
Hey, I bought my house with Brian, and they're sharing their story. I needed something for my kids, and blah, blah, blah. Like, we just had our first son there.
Well, it's just a nice breakup, too. Like, it's a nice breakup between having just, like, like the Google reviews or the Zillow reviews, which is just all text. And don't get me wrong, it's great to post those on social media too, but it's just a nice, like, it just breaks it up a bit, you know, which I think is really cool. Okay, so you mentioned like prizes, gift cards. How much, like, what's the deal with the prizes? I feel like we used to go like kind of overboard on them and there was no reason to. Like, remember that one year we had like 4 different like raffle baskets?
Never even ended up giving them away.
Yeah. We had like
I
Herschel
have raffle
backpacks.
baskets in the I have baskets in the basement right now.
So like,
we should come to this party.
any tips on that, or like what should be the investment there? Does there need to be prizes?
I think that you should have a prize for a reason. If you're trying to capitalize on the crowd,
Okay.
right? You've got your whole sphere there for
Yeah.
what can you do?
Right.
All right, you're already getting Google reviews or whatever reviews. Last year we got like 3 referrals for it said enter a referral.
Yes.
So people were literally writing down, this is my cousin's name, email, and phone number. Call them, they want to buy a house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, why not?
So
That's worth a $50.
right. Then we were giving away a prize. You're giving away a prize to get them to do something.
Yeah.
So we gave a prize away for everyone that signed in. We were going to select a random person. We gave a prize for who got the drunkest. No, I'm just kidding.
It wouldn't surprise me if we ever did that.
That's so
I already know
funny.
who would win. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and just going around and talking to people, like all of it. If you just go there and like love your people and have fun,
Yeah.
they're going to send you business.
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely like them. They like me. I mean, it is what it is.
And it's just because, too, I mean, buying a house, obviously, we know can all be extremely, like, a stressful time in one's life. So this is, like, kind of all, like, the dust has settled. They're comfortable in their new home. They're loving it. Like, it's a really fun time. So you mentioned earlier, so when we started having these, it was just you as an agent, I was your assistant. Now you have 20-some agents. How are you getting the agents in the company involved with inviting people? Are you, like, do they have free reign to invite anyone? Like, what kind of cap are you putting on it?
Well, there's agents at our company, like Jason Duncan.
Yeah.
He's like, Brian, if I invite my people, 500 people are going to show up.
Yeah.
So what do you do? I mean, I
Love you, Jason, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's realistic.
So I told everyone, I think it's either 50 or 100 people you can invite.
Yeah.
So, I invited all these random leads online. They're not going to show up.
No.
But like if we invited his group, like that's 500 people that are going to show up,
Yeah.
So, and I would work something out if an agent like of that caliber wanted to do something, we could figure something out.
Definitely.
But, I could see how it could get confusing.
Yeah.
Because everything used to be branded the Brian Foraker team. Now it's the whole brokerage.
Yeah, right.
We're offering it for the whole brokerage.
Yep.
Which is
It's
huge
really just Foraker
value
Realty.
add. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine my broker being like,
Hey, we're going to have a party for
I'm
you.
paying for your whole client party.
Right.
I'm going to invite them for you. I'm going to do everything.
Yeah, pay
You
for
gotta
all
just
the
show
drinks
up
and
have
alcohol.
some food and drink.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine either. Okay, so next question on here is just what do you remember about your first client party or our first client party? Can you share any memories, lessons? I feel like you kind of already touched on that, but was there anything that you wanted to add?
I think that my first client party, I was so nervous. The clock struck 5 o'clock and no one was there.
I know.
And we were like
Yeah.
balloons, like we were decked out.
Oh, yeah.
And within an hour or two, like at least 15, 20 people were
I
there.
think we had 30, 40 people. I mean, don't get me wrong, most of that was like just our friends and family and then some clients, but
But like I remember people walking in and being like, dude, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like that launched me. Like
Yeah.
those types of parties. And then people want to start coming to them and they're like, oh, I want to work with them so I can go to their party.
Right.
And then people use other agents. So obviously we have to like
yeah, get rid of them.
get them out of there,
You're cut.
You're cut from the party. So, and I think they said the party wasn't that good. I don't know if that was your lane or what.
Wait, excuse me?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm like, what? I planned that first party.
No, you did a great job. The answer is it's really not that serious.
Right.
The main money is made in calling them.
Yeah.
And by the time you're at the party, you're just showing up to have fun.
Yeah.
At that point. The week before the party right now, you're calling everyone you can. If you see someone at a gas station, hey man, stop by Friday.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da. It'll be so much fun. Drinks are on me.
Well, and also too, like I know, like the past 3 weeks, whenever I meet a new client, like out at a property, I'm telling them about it. Like, oh yeah, by the way, like we're having just if like because it allows even the clients that you're working with right now or like just meeting, it allows you to see the culture and kind of like the proof of it, like the proof is in the pudding. Like we have a really solid client base.
Yeah. And what are you telling people this week? Like I sent an email last night, and I guess that's the other thing. Like mistakes are going to happen. Who cares? No one cares. It's really not that serious.
No.
It's so serious, and it's the only thing you're thinking about.
Yeah.
But no one else really cares at all.
Yeah.
Like,
but what was your question about today?
So yesterday was the 11th.
Yeah.
Monday was the 10th. We were supposed to send our email out Monday, but something was wrong with how we had our list tags, so I re-exported everything from our CRM, put it in a MailChimp, and sent it on Tuesday morning.
Okay.
Well, it said RSVP by June 10th.
10th.
Which had already been in the past.
Yeah.
So this lady's ripping me in our email. If you didn't want me to come, why'd you invite me? RSVP date, you set me up for failure, this, that, and the other. Like, if that had happened to me my first year, I would have been like,
cancel the party.
Cancel the party, like everything's done. Now I'm just like, sorry, ma'am, if you don't want any wine, don't come. If you do, like, we'd love to see you.
I mean, I don't know. It's always super fun.
I mean, it's funny now because now I get like...
Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. And then didn't Paradocx like invite you to do like a guest bartending and they were like acting like everyone knows who you are? What happened
They were
there?
like, oh, like we want you to be like our like celebrity guest, and I'm like a local celebrity guest, and I'm like I understand that every time you see me, everyone knows me, but like
on a
everyone
daily,
doesn't know me.
on a daily.
I invited all those people here.
But again, I mean, you're creating a relationship with another local business. I mean, there's two guys. There's all of their like employees there.
They're awesome. That's my whole vibe.
There's bartenders there that are like, oh no, like it's the Brian, like it's the Foraker Realty Party. Like I want to bartend that night because they just know it's fun.
It's going to be off the wall. Like, I mean, just to give everyone an idea, we'll have cornhole, we'll have Jenga, stuff like that. There'll probably be 150 people there.
Yeah. And it's such
We've had 100, we probably have 150 people there.
I think so.
And it's almost like a wedding. Like people tell me we're going to have caterers running around with food and everything like that. And see, that's the key.
Yeah.
We pay for like the food I'm buying is the flatbreads, but we pay for extra people to walk around and serve them.
Yeah.
So they just walk around serving like
I think it's called butler service.
Yeah.
Like it's
so it looks so official, but it's really not that much food.
No.
And you know, if someone shows up at 7 and there's no food, they talk to someone, they're like, oh, dude, you missed it. They had people running all over here, stuffed mushrooms, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really fun party.
So really quickly, I did it kind of, you said that you copy and pasted from Earl Endrick's parties that he was doing.
We copy and pasted, then we improved.
Okay, fair. But also, I mean, we work in 3 different states, right? So I would say if you're planning on creating like an annual client party, how important do you think the location is? Because that part of Landenberg couldn't be more perfect between PA, Maryland, and Delaware. Do you think that has like an important part in?
I do it because there's another angle between doing something at the same place and then like now if I go back there, I know people. So if I'm meeting a client there, it's like, oh, Brian knows the bartender. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like the same thing, I go to the same couple coffee shops every day. So now if I meet an agent, like, they know everybody. Like, it's just a small little, like, nudge and, like, small approval. I want to support a small business.
Yeah.
And I think people see that. Like, hey.
This is like a local family.
Yeah. Like, there's a guy in a food truck who's cooking it. Like, he's getting... And even if no one does see it, like, as far as I'm concerned...
Yeah.
Everyone there, all of the money that's going into that is getting poured back into our direct community.
Yeah.
The guy who's serving the beers, the person who's, you know, it's all Pennsylvania alcohol. It's wine that was grown right there.
Yeah.
All of our prizes are supported by, that's another key. Have your lender pay for half of the party.
So you guys, that was my next question of vendor sponsorships.
Yeah. Have people pay for stuff, and that seems obvious. I don't know. What was the question? Why am I doing it there? It's also on the core. It's like it's central of where I do all my business.
I would say because you don't want to make it like so far. I mean, if we were having it like Chesapeake, like that's a great area, but for some of our clients, it's kind of a pain in the butt from the people that are coming from a little bit further north in PA or over Delaware. So I think a central location is definitely important.
Now, Another thing that I want to do is, there was a time where we were doing a bunch of these and it was getting like, okay, first of all, you need to go around and talk to everyone that's there. You can't just sit with your friends the whole time.
Agreed.
Because I see agents who just sit with their friends the whole time.
And like, it's kind of rude to do
Right,
that.
and I'm seeing them, I'm even seeing them now.
Brian,
In this room.
why would you say that?
You sit with your friends a little bit in the party.
Well, yeah, my friends are my clients. They've all bought houses from me, but literally, I
don't know, maybe you don't. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. No, I mean, you do a great job. Like, your contribution to the whole party is amazing. You're above
I'm
it.
literally blown away right now.
No, I'm just saying that you have a great relationship with your friends, obviously. But I think it's important to focus on your clients and stuff like that as well.
Okay. And what's the other thing about like not leaving before your clients leave?
Don't leave before your clients leave. And I'm going to thank you for reminding me, because I'm telling everybody that before they go. If I'm babysitting and feeding your clients, I'm taking them.
Or you're stop dating them. Just kidding.
Okay, Kate.
That's
Listen.
what you get for what you said about me. Yeah. That's a direct correlation.
Okay, no, but... Okay, hold on. So we have 25 agents. They invite their clients.
Yeah.
I'll have an agent who invited like 10 clients. They're like, oh, gotta go. I'm like,
no,
all right, well, now it's
like, you're
me
still
with
hosting
your
a party.
clients. So like, yeah, I'm paying for everything, but you're a host.
Right.
You invited someone, you have to stay until they leave.
Right. Like, no matter who like is paying for it, like us agents are the ones hosting the party.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. And what was I going to say before? Oh, so you definitely want to bounce around to all of your clients and then make the most of it. Like, it's easy to get like caught up in the excitement and you're there with all your friends and stuff like that.
This
and
really
then
is
you
a work
start,
event
like,
for us.
Drinking or, you know, but like it's a work event. You're there, you're on a stage. Everyone's watching you.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching our employees. Everyone there is a direct reflection on us.
Yeah.
So
even if it's not your clients looking at you, it's other clients, like another agent's clients looking at you. Like, like all clients are looking at the Foraker Realty agents.
Yeah, exactly.
So only a couple more questions left. How do we leverage other people, such as like team members or partners, to ensure the success of our client parties?
So originally, I wanted to do everything on my own. And then I realized, like, I'm not that good at it, and I get overwhelmed, and I can only really focus on a task for like 2 hours.
Okay.
So we've made a system.
Yeah.
And I think we leverage our system. So now I can just overview the list of things that need to get done.
Right.
Who's doing them.
Yeah.
And then do like a one touch, like, hey, we got the alcohol. We got, right? So
yeah.
I would say get the help of someone else. If you don't have enough people to do it, maybe you could even have like your brother or sister say like, hey, do you want to help me out on this?
Yeah.
You know, I think get a list. And then, I mean, our Care Bear does everything. So I literally am like, oh, let's do a party on the 14th. And I don't do anything else.
Yeah.
I invite everybody and handle all the touches.
And really, I mean, I know, like, at the end of the day, Paradocx, I mean, once you have Paradocx, you also have all the food and alcohol because everything's within that venue. So it isn't like you have to coordinate of like, okay, we need to pick up all this alcohol. We need to pick up the food and bring it there. We used to do that and it would get a little chaotic. In terms of like signage, I feel like over the years, we've kind of like just accumulated things. But do you think that's like an important investment up front to have those things at the party?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Fair. Really quickly, so you talked, I mean, do you have anything else to say about vendor sponsorships? You said something about the lender paying for something, but...
We have our lender partner pays for half of our alcohol and stuff. It's not that much money. I think I think it's worth it for him too.
Absolutely.
Because he's bouncing around. I mean, every time I'm introducing him, hey, here's so-and-so. They were thinking about a refi like the whole time. I'm saying, oh, you got to talk to this guy. And I put them together.
And also, I mean, a lot of our clients are his clients too. So it's a way for him to touch on all of them.
Right. Yeah.
So
exactly.
It makes sense. Okay. So nothing really else to add there?
I don't think so.
Okay. So really just to wrap this up, can you share some of the results we've seen from hosting client parties? How have these,
I think I got 4 listings last year at the party.
You did too.
Like at the party.
I remember, yeah.
And I was like so excited to tell everyone, and I kind of felt rude afterwards because I was like, felt like I was bragging.
No, but like that's the goal of.
That's the goal. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. My last party I think it cost us like $3,000. Like, I don't think
That's not bad.
we're going to spend that much money this year. I haven't spent $1 yet.
No way.
Nope. I haven't spent $1 yet. I have to buy the prizes.
Yep.
Kelly is probably in the other room thinking about how she spent like $500 so far. But I mean, if any,
we did like a balloon wall last year. Are we doing that this year? No. Just whatever.
The balloon wall, like everyone decided we weren't even doing it. Like as it was getting halfway put up, like we just did the 2 stacks. We were supposed to do a big arch.
Oh, really?
And everything. Yeah.
So what are we using for like our like backdrop this year?
We're just gonna do our backdrop, just no balloon arch on the side.
What's the backdrop look like?
It just says Foraker Realty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we've got our signs. We don't need tents and stuff like that.
No.
Knock on wood, it's rained every single year for 6 years, or at least said it was going to.
Yeah. Oh my God, the one year was so hot and rainy. It was insane. Okay, love it. And then last thing, just do you have any specific success stories? You already talked about the 4 listings, but any other like business opportunities that you've gotten out of it?
I mean, there are so many things. Like I've gotten so many referrals from like Paradocx itself.
Yeah.
Employees who have worked there.
Yeah.
Other vendors who we've used to support us. I know I've had, probably 100 times someone bring up to me, oh, the client party, like before, like just in conversation.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really good for if you're a newer agent and you're having trouble like getting that point across that like, oh no, like this is a real business or like a real thing, you know, like it kind of takes it from being, oh, Kate passed her license.
Yeah.
And now like I'm expected to use my cousin Kate to like, oh no, like Kate running a real estate company.
That's why I want to use her, not because she's my cousin.
Yeah, like this is like she's huge. Like you know, even if like I remember 20 people going and people thinking like this guy is huge.
Right.
And it was like my 3rd year in the business. So I think it's great for validation. Like that took me a long way. It's great for forcing you to contact your clients. Yeah, just staying top of mind. I mean, I have people who say, you know, I had a lady who I sold a house to 7 years ago.
Okay.
She showed up and one of her best friends is a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, just so you know, like you're getting my listing.
No way.
I was like, okay, cool.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big boy.
That's great.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I mean, I would say just to recap, like the important things I really think to get across in here is do the video review thing. That's huge. Go spend $300 on $10 gift cards.
Yeah.
And just go be a goofball handing them out. Like, here, give one to kids, stuff like that. Like, hey, can you take a review for me? And have some little kid sitting there saying, well, I use Brian Foraker to buy my house. And even though it's a joke, it's like,
it's still great content. Yeah.
Yeah, like have a photographer.
I was about to say, make sure that you have a photographer.
Yeah, like those photos that we use of our party are so good for like B-roll, culture sides, all that. Yeah. And then
and also there's so many of like, obviously there's like really cute like family photos. You want to make sure that the parents, you know, are okay with you using them. But they're also great photos that I feel like Emily and Brian got some of the cutest pictures of their daughter.
I have it in my room, in my office right now, a picture of her.
It's adorable.
But have the photographer and then find a way that the people there will take photos and put them on their social media. Yeah. Because you really want to tap into their sphere. Yeah. Find a way to automate the majority of the invite process and after party. Follow up. Yeah. Yeah. So you can get like another 2 touches out of the after party. Like, thanks for coming. Here's our photos already. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Here's our prize winners. Thanks for coming. We've announced next year's party, like whatever. Yeah. And it's just staying in their inbox. Yeah. Kate Meckley. Kate, are you like publicly a new name yet or no?
No, I have to go to the Social Security office.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kate Meckley for now.
For now.
That's all. Yeah, I think those are the couple main things. And then don't be scared of it. It's not that big of a deal. Just do it. If no one shows up, you showed up and did it for yourself and you tried. You know?
And not for nothing too. I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we started with a pie party prior to our client party. So, like, do you really quickly want to touch on that, or is that like a whole other thing? I just don't want...
Realtors are all over do that. It's just the Buffini program.
Okay.
I mean, it's invite everyone. So they have what's called a pop by, and then that's like a reverse pop by. Like a pop by is you driving little things to their offices.
Yeah.
Reverse pop by is supposed to be they're coming to your office to get a pie.
Yeah. Just, I would think maybe, you know, if it is like a newer agent or a younger agent out there that like just this kind of completely overwhelms them, maybe you could start by of like, okay, you don't even really have to rent a venue. You could do that at your brokerage office and just get used to like the rhythm of like how to maximize your invite, how to maximize your touches throughout the process.
Or you could go to the winery. You don't have to rent the whole winery out like we do. You could say, hey, I'm opening a tab.
Yeah.
Anybody
I have a group of
who's
probably
got this
30 people coming.
Orange wristband on.
Yeah.
Can you put them under my tab, and then we're going to be in that back corner. Let them order food, whatever.
That's such a great idea. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, then there's also other people coming, like just like regular consumers going, where it doesn't feel like it's so isolated to just you and your clients.
I would love it if we could have a more like intimate thing. Like I would love to take my top 10 investors on like an awesome like fishing trip or something.
That would be really cool.
Or a private dinner somewhere or a
like
poker
Tallulah's
night,
or something
like that. Yeah. I think if you have a smaller group, lean into that and just let them know, look, it's important to say like, hey, we're doing this because we run our business exclusively by referral, and I just want to thank you for everything you've done to help me grow my business. If it wasn't for your referrals, or, you know, I know that if you had the opportunity to refer me, you would. Yeah. Just do an assumptive close on them like that, then we wouldn't be in business. So.
What was that really quick? Assumptive closing on them, where you said like, I know if you...
Like if someone hasn't referred you. Okay. And a lot of people don't want to ask, if you or someone you know needed a real estate agent, do you have someone you'd refer? And then they say no, and you say, oh great, well I'd love to be that person. You go down, it's kind of corny. Yeah. It's a little easier to just do like an assumptive close and just assume that their answer is yes. Hey look, like I just, you know, I appreciate being an opportunity to be that guy. Thanks for coming. Like here's, love it. You know what I mean? Okay. So just treat it as if they already referred you. Cool. And then if they don't, I usually will just send them a bill in the mail for all the wine and alcohol that they've had.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, anything else you want to add? Or I think that was pretty...
That's it, yeah. Thanks for staying with us, guys. I know that Kate and I both jump around a little bit and get off topic, but I hope that if anything gives you a little bit of inspiration to host a client party or some ideas on how to enhance your next client party. If you really enjoyed this podcast today, please share it with someone you know. It would really mean a lot to us. We're trying to grow this organically. Yeah. So the more people we have that watch it, the better guests we can get, and the more benefit everybody can have. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks.